Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm just going to be doing this desktop video pertaining to a very interesting topic that I'm kind of just getting a download about. And basically what we're going to be talking about is symbols from the higher self. Now this is just kind of a how-to or self-directed exercise that shows you about spontaneous symbols. Now I have done some videos in the past pertaining to vibrational symbols, connecting to different energies of your matrix, and kind of just spontaneously creating these symbols and feeling that at times you may have verbal association with those symbols. There's just one previous video that I did a few months back pertaining to this as well too, looking at vibrational symbols. But what we're going to do specifically in this video is I have a notepad here, and I'm just going to be giving kind of a demonstrative process of how one is able to really just tune into the higher self. And again, you can also connect to spirit guides as well too. Just with me, of course, I connect to the matrix, and the matrix can sometimes bring the symbol in. But for those of you who are kind of experimenting with the higher self energies, basically what I'm using in this exercise, again, results vary depending upon the individual and in regards to what you have on hand. So I have a notepad, a pen, and I also have my tarot deck here. So basically the tarot deck is going to function in the capacity of a type of tool that will help define the particular spontaneous symbol that I will manifest, that I will create on this pad. So basically I'm just taking the pad right here, and I'm just going to, without thought, bring in a particular symbol. Okay, I'm not attempting to give it any type of established form or anything like that. It's very, very spontaneous. And so, I'm not sure if you guys can see that okay. So it's just mostly just a few, different lines and curves and all that. Okay. So this was just through my own mind connecting to my higher self and attempting to get some type of symbol, a download, so to speak. Very similar to what I do in body regeneration healing as well too, creating an algorithm that then produces that particular format of a rebalancing for the discrepancies, as well as a enhancement quality for people who want to develop certain aspects of abilities within them. So now that I have this little symbol here, I'm not attempting to create a form of what could this mean by tapping in. So what I'm doing is I'm just relying particularly on the tool this time. So again, you can do that, but this is basically showing you a connection of how the higher self is speaking through the vessel of symbol and then speaking through the vessel of tarot cards. Now again, if you don't have tarot cards, again, you don't have to do it this way, but this is just again for a demonstrative purpose to give you an understanding of what this symbol can mean. But there's also other particular types of tools you can use. There's certain forms of runes, if you're good at runes, or if you do want to meditate on this symbol and discover what particular meanings are coming through the symbol that you create. The whole purpose here is that you are creating a simplistic way to get through the ego mind of a symbol that is sent to you from your higher self, your higher levels, your higher aspects, being produced on a piece of paper, because your conscious mind doesn't know what this symbol is all about, and so it will gladly produce it. And so by gladly producing this symbol, because you do not know its meaning, utilizing a particular form of tool like a tarot card, or again meditating on it and receiving information pertaining to that symbol, will help create a genuine download process that's taking form. So this is a tactic that's used to transcend, advance past the filter of the ego, because sometimes if you want to get into like a nice meditative state and receive any information from source that's attempting to come through, we'll try and dismiss it, or we'll judge it, or we'll try and analyze the information if it's coming into something that we can understand. Now if we're doing symbols from the higher self, we don't understand these symbols. We're not too sure what they mean. It's very, very neutralized to us. So what I'm going to do now is, taking the symbol that I've just created, I'm just going to shuffle my deck, and I'm just going to, for example, give the intention of asking my higher self, my matrix, divine consciousness to come through to give some form of familiarity of what this symbol upon this piece of paper represents to me. And so I'll just give this a good shuffle. And when the card presents itself, okay, here we go. So, in regards to this symbol, okay, I'm getting the world, a job well done, joy, contentment, and gratitude, the path toward enlightenment. All right. So this is what I felt is definitely the card that represents this. So again, it's not a 100% pure definition, but it's giving you a feeling, a sensation of what those symbols mean. Okay. Now again, let's take a look at some different ways of how these symbols can be translated differently. Again, we're kind of going back to the vibratory mechanics of the symbol as well too. So I'm just going to produce another particular type of symbol here. Again, putting no thought into it at all. Okay. So let's just see if I can get this on camera. Oh, too much backlight. Okay, wait. Okay, kind of got it right there. Alright, so that's just a symbol. It looks like there's some S's and other stuff and some 3's and stuff like that. But again, it's just a spontaneous symbol. And what I'm doing now is, again, just connecting to the higher levels, the higher aspects, the higher self. Okay, so there's a feeling of graduation. There's a feeling of humility. Attention to detail. Connotative to intentional establishment. Okay, so I'm just letting these words form themselves as I feel the connection to this symbol. So again, these are just direct downloads that the higher self is giving me, that the matrix is giving me, kind of in that sense of consortium. So again, I'm not too sure if you guys can see that okay. It's kind of blurry, but graduation, humility, attention to detail, connotative to intentional establishment. So again, that's just a symbol right there. And again, this is what you can do to naturally communicate with yourself. You don't have to worry about making some pretty symbol or feeling that you have to entail thought pertaining to this process. Just connect with your higher self, connect with your spirit guides, connect with divine consciousness, and just let the hand do the work. Okay, so let's do one more demonstration, again with the tarot deck. Okay, so I'm going to create one more symbol here. Alright. So, if I angle it like that. Okay, so you can see a little bit of it. Alright, so now, again, I'm going to go back to the tarot deck and find out exactly what this represents. So again, the tarot deck isn't something I use too often. I don't really use it that much. But again, there may be times where I require some assistance in regards to my own guidance, and of course the tarot deck functions as a good tool for that. But again, any tool that you find is helpful, that functions as a vessel for your energies, by all means feel free to use it in this manner as well too. So I'm going to, again, put out the call to my matrix, and giving the intention through the vessel of the tarot deck to describe the essence of the symbol that I have just created on this piece of paper. Alright. Okay, so I got the star. Happy times, make positive, optimistic long-term plans, on the right path. So again, it's just a feeling that it represents something to this degree, to the star. Okay, so this is something that you can just go ahead and you can experiment with. Again, this is why a vessel, a tool like this can be very, very helpful, because you may produce a symbol and you just really have no idea. You try to tap into the symbol and maybe you're not really getting anything. Maybe your mind is just really, really cluttered with some thoughts and you feel that maybe the ego is attempting to get in the way. and all that. And so you just take a neutralized vessel, a neutralized tool such as a tarot deck. It could even be something like a pendulum, whatever you feel resonates with you to give you some form of vessel response pertaining to the symbol that you create. So that's really all it is. It's just practice, 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 commitment, commitment, commitment. But if you feel that there's times where you know the higher self is attempting to communicate with you and you're not too sure of how to bring that about through words or through imagery, you may feel that imagination is at stake here and it's trying to distort you, just take a notepad, take a pen, and just start spontaneously drawing. Don't even think about it. You know, even a symbol, just like that. Right? Again, a lot of light here. So. But just a symbol as simple as that has a purpose to you, because it's your own algorithm of energy. So the more that you can work with your own natural, intuitive algorithm of energy, and then being able to put that together through a tool, a vessel, the more that you're allowing a direct, pure connection, a pure energy, vibration from your higher levels to come directly into you, to enrich you, okay? So this is something that you can try, that you can practice. This is, again, something that I do teach through CMC sessions, as well as Dronas can come through and give you more information on that as well, too, if you want to establish this craft a lot further. But again, it's utilizing symbol to maintain the purity and preservation of a message that's attempting to come through to trigger a download state, okay? That's basically what this is all about. So thank you very much for watching. All the best to you guys. Take care. Namaste.